And of course, we do have the award-winning journalist Khanyiso Tshwaku, who joins us to talk all things a sporting weekend and what we can look forward to. Very good morning to you, Khanyiso. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I just want to start our conversation speaking on Kirsty Coventry. She beat some big names to become the youngest IOC president, the first IOC female president, and of course, the first African IOC president. What are your thoughts on this milestone and what it means moving forward?
Good morning, V, and good morning to the viewers. It's a huge step. It's a massive step. One, well, president, first African president. Remember that the continent of Africa is the only continent out of all that has yet to host the Olympics, and that's dating back to 1896 when the first Olympiad was held. So hopefully it's a step in the right direction in terms of just giving the Olympics a bit of an egalitarian look. I mean, look, hosting the Olympics is expensive. When you look at the state of African economies, even South Africa, who is the best African economy, a lot of them are struggling at the moment, and hosting will take a fair bit of cost. So I do understand that it's hosting the Olympic Games won't be something that will just happen overnight for any of the African countries, but at least there is serious and significant representation for them on the IOC's highest seat. So it's a very good thing it's a very good look for Africa at the moment. Hopefully, it will reap tangible benefits going forward.
Indeed, and let's now move our conversation and start speaking national teams and football teams in particular. Bafana Bafana, they have an important qualifier against Lesotho tonight before they travel out to Cote d'Ivoire to face Benin, away from home, chartering there. Let's talk to the encounter tonight. Coach Hugo Bruce seems to have selected a very strong squad. Do you foresee any issues with these two qualifiers, or do you see Bafana getting 6 out of 6? Because we know it's quite tight in our group with the first 3 teams tied on 7 points.
I do foresee Bafana getting 6 points with the win in Polokwane later this evening, and then going on to win when they travel to Abidjan to play Benin on Tuesday. However, that's not going to be easy. And remember that since this is a World Cup qualifier, you've got the significant match of goal difference as compared to CAF qualifiers, where the first determinant when teams are tied head to head. So I think the most important part now is for Bafana win, not just to win, but to win well. I think, again, one of the key things that Hugo Bruce said last week at the press conference was that these are games where most of the times it is the mental strength that is tested, the need to actually just win is tested. And I think South Africa at the moment are in a position where they know that they can play good football. And I think the key thing is just that they just need to get out there and win. I mean, even 2-1 wins will do, because you can worry about the issue of goal difference later, but you've got the points in the bag. Goal difference can be made up towards towards the end of the qualifiers, right? But the points matter more than anything else at the moment.
Indeed. And then in terms of the other national team, the women's team, Banyana Banyana, we saw Coach Desiree Ellis announcing her squad that will play Malawi in international friendlies. Perhaps just give me your thoughts on what you make, because this is a team that's going to be going into WAFCON shortly to defend a title. And we also see Anompumelelo Nyandeni once again making it back into Coach Desiree Ellis's squad and possibly going to get her 150th cap for Banyana Banyana.
Deservedly so. Nompumelelo Nyandeni was a stalwart for the better part of her career, playing for Bafana Bafana. I remember watching her at the 2014 WAFCON. South Africa just failed at the last hurdle to qualify for the World Cup at the time, and she was absolutely magnificent in her prime at the time. So yes, she has been out of the group for a while, but I think it's only fitting that she actually does get an opportunity to be facilitated for the 150th cap. She has been a stalwart and a servant for the team. Look, again, it's casting the net far and wide for Desiree, because at the end of the day, you don't want a team to grow all together, and it becomes very clear that through how she selected a side, she does have a nucleus that she trusts for tournaments. But it's also very important that she gives players opportunities, so that she knows that if there are injuries, there are players that she can fall back on. And I think just sticking with a particular squad and not growing the squad does have its drawbacks. But what Desiree has done so well in games that aren't of consequences to grow her squad depth. And at some point, past this particular cycle and leading into the next World Cup qualification cycle, she will be rewarded for that.
And I want us to now move our conversation and speak a little bit of rugby. And I want to start, before we speak about Leinster Bulls tomorrow, let's speak about Yuri Roux, the former SA Rugby CEO. We saw the order coming in yesterday. He's been ordered to pay back Stellenbosch University 37 million rand plus interest. It's been a long going on case. What are your thoughts on the outcome?
Look, now that road is closed. I mean, his bid to overturn those rulings, those arbitration awards, failed at the Western Cape High Court. They failed at the Supreme Court of Appeal, and now the highest court in the land has also shut up the door. So every legal route that Mr. Roux has actually attempted has closed. So I think now it's of how does he now sit down and settle with his former employer, because and every particular route that they've tried, nothing has worked. From the arbitration award that was by Stellenbosch, moving to the arbitration appeal that also went the way of Stellenbosch, then moving to the court cases, the Western Cape High Court, presided by the High Court Judge Vincent Saldana, then moving to the Supreme Court of Appeal and the SC and the Concord. So look, he's run out of a legal road, and I think now the tentative steps that need to be taken is how does now look to settle that particular outstanding amount, which is quite hefty to say the least.
Khanyiso, I have run out of time. Just a quick one in terms of Leinster and the Bulls. The winner tomorrow, who is it going to?
Biggest game of the weekend. I will give it to the Bulls. They are a good side, but Leinster are currently 12 out of 12. They're not going to be an easy task, even though they are without some of the Irish stars who are recovering from the Six Nations.
Khanyiso, always a pleasure speaking to you. That is News 24 sports journalist Khanyiso Tshwaku, just giving us an update in terms of what we can look forward to this weekend in your sporting action.